So hello and welcome to The Third Degree, where we talk about and discuss all sorts of random crap associated to movies. I think that's the best way to sum it up.
Yep.
A miscellaneous movie... Oh, can I think of another M? No. So today, as we said last week, we're going to do something slightly different, and we are going to talk about recasting the character of Wolverine.
Yes.
Quite strongly an established character.
Yeah.
Within modern movie history, rather than just the superhero genre itself, with an actor so far that has become almost eponymous with the role. I really struggled.
Did you?
Thinking about this, really had difficulty. So I wanted to ask you, first of all, how did you approach this? Are we assuming that Fox Marvel didn't cast Hugh Jackman and haven't done anything to do with Wolverine already, and we're starting again as if it's brand new, introducing Wolverine for the first ever time with Disney Marvel?
In the MCU, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm going with it.
Okay, the other point was... Have we had Fox's Wolverine?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Is it something different or else, or maybe a continuation of the character from there? I mean, I know he dies at the end of Logan.
Yeah.
But within the MCU, there are ways around that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm just going with it as just however we want to introduce Wolverine in the MCU.
Okay.
We don't know how they're going to introduce any of the X Men, where they're going to keep any of the actors.
Yeah.
I think some of them should stay, some of them should go, but we don't know what's going to happen at this point. So we say it's a fresh start. We want to introduce Wolverine. Maybe not as an origin, but we want to just introduce him and go.
Yeah.
We just want our new Wolverine now.
Okay. Let's hear your
Okay, so
Wolverine.
Criteria that I wanted. One, a strong actor, strong leading actor.
Yep, that's important.
Yep. A sense of darkness, but also a sense of kindness that is always associated with true Wolverine. I wanted something slightly different to Hugh Jackman. And you might think, oh, this person is kind of similar in ways, but I also wanted someone who has the voice that sounds like their voice is a growl.
Yeah.
When they act and when they talk.
Yeah.
Because that's what Wolverine is. I dismiss the height because you're not going to find a 5'3" actor who's willing to do this and can do it well. That doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So height is not a factor for mine. Hence why this actor is about 6 foot tall. Some might say this is a cop-out. Some might say this is already what Marvel is planning. But this actor has already played Wolverine in Marvel's audio drama The Long Night, and this actor is amazing as Wolverine. I prefer this version of Wolverine to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and I've only seen him in 13 episodes. That is Richard Armitage.
Yeah. Does the accent quite well.
The actual sort of, it sounds like he's had a breakfast of like gravel and honey.
Yeah.
Like blended
I know
up.
exactly what you mean. If you don't know who Richard Armitage is, he is...
I'll be able to stick a photo of him on screen.
Yeah.
He's
probably most famous as playing Thor in Oakenshield in the Hobbit trilogy.
Should we try and find
So Richard,
yeah,
that's probably where most people know him from. I mean, I first knew him from
Robin
BBC's
Hood.
Robin Hood,
Yeah.
and then The Vicar of Dibley.
Yes.
Then to go from that to being
Thor in Oakenshield.
Thor in Oakenshield,
Because I think
the Hobbit.
how he plays Thor in Oakenshield is he's a small person, but he's got this such weight to the character, who is only about 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, okay, that works. Mm-hmm. It's kind of parallel, but, and it's this, he does have those moments of kindness in his voice, but then he sort of gruffs it up and sort of growls and shouts at people.
It's finding that identifiable, rough, and you don't want to mess with this guy. He's going to be a bastard, but he's also got that heart of gold that you first ever see in X Men when he picks up Rogue in that bar.
Yeah.
Not picks up, not like that. It's...
Yeah,
she stows away in his truck or something. He's a dickhead and with a cigar driving his truck, but then he finds her and he tries to get rid of her.
Yeah.
But then realises that he's got to help.
It's when he goes back to her on the train when she's left and he knows exactly where she's gone. Ignoring that, I think you need a character that can portray relationships in a way that a loner would do, and have weaknesses and flaws, many many flaws, have, you know, a sense of youth but a sense of age. There's so many contradictions within the character of Wolverine itself that you need a very strong actor to pull off all of the facets of the character. Like, Hugh Jackman, as excellent as his Wolverine was, didn't capture the breadth of the character of Wolverine in its entirety. Granted, that was down to poor writing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I think there, and probably direction and things like that, but going forth, you need to find the strongest actor that you can. And I think as, like, still technically really in films an up-and-comer, you know, you don't want somebody who's a massive name. Like, you wouldn't cast Clint Eastwood as Wolverine.
No, that's
you know,
why I struggled so much, because I was
Yeah.
going to say, let's just find someone new. Find someone lesser.
Yeah.
Not lesser, but
Yeah,
lesser known.
Yeah, because it's a character that's going to draw in audiences. You don't need those big names, really.
No, whereas you needed...
You just want the best actor for it.
You needed the controversy from
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man
Yeah.
to get people interested,
Yeah.
to make a noise for people to come in and see it.
Yeah, that's completely fair. One thing I do want to add, because I know somebody's going to point this out in the comments. It's you, isn't it? I know it's you. So don't before you do it. Richard Armitage was in Captain America: The First Avenger. He was in it for 5 minutes. He played a Nazi in World War II. No one gives a shit, okay? No one cares. He's not important. I know he kills Stanley Tucci, but no, we don't care.
Which I still haven't forgiven him, because flipping love Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, but that I know that was going to be an issue.
Marvel haven't done that yet, have they?
I was trying to think of that. The only
Reintroduced
thing I could
someone
think
later?
of is like with Thanos and Cable, but that's two different studios, so...
Yeah, it's like having Chris Evans as the Human Torch, but then Captain America. But that's totally different.
I'm sure they've got to have
They
done
must
it
have
at
done,
some
but I
point.
can't. Nothing springs to mind, and even as I was thinking about it, no, I can't think of anybody.
No.
But they must have done it somewhere.
But the thing is, one, it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's a leading character.
It's a big name character. Can you tell me the name of Richard Armitage's character in Captain America: The First Avenger?
Hans Kruger, I believe.
You're just saying something that's vaguely Nazi sounding now.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. You just tell me what you think of this pick in total.
Actually, can we do, while you look that up, can we do a pause here and then cut back to it? Because I want to look up someone's name.
Yeah, sure. I did look it up. It is Heinz Kruger, so I'm counting that. I got that right. 1 point.
No, fair enough.
Did you find anything about the multiple roles thing?
Yeah, it's been done a couple of times, but nothing really. I mean, like Sean Gunn doing his character as the Ravager, and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, it's motion captured multiple times, isn't it?
Yeah, Damien Poitier.
Like Thanos and somebody else?
Yeah, and then like a Merc in Civil War.
Right.
Nothing huge, you know. So they could do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch was in two things.
He was in Dormammu, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not a face, though, is it? And to be fair, everybody thinks that Captain America: The First Avenger is a great film.
Yeah, no, it is.
But if you have, if you know that the character is going to be good, and if you see it and it's good, you're willing to forgive that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
it's like in Doctor Who, the amount of times when they've recycled actors to do different characters.
Yeah,
they do all the time. It's something people are willing to forgive. It's like just recasting a character. Nobody really found it jarring when they recast War Machine to Don Cheadle, and it was quite a big part in Iron Man 1, so I think people are probably likely to forgive it. Okay, did you want to move on to yours? Because I spent 10 minutes talking about mine.
Do you have any more? Or
Any more?
Yeah, or you?
No, that's not one.
Plugging
Richard Armitage.
I would like to see someone new if they reintroduce Wolverine into the MCU, or introduce him into the MCU rather. I couldn't think of anybody existing that I would like to see.
Really?
Yeah. So then I started thinking, hang on, what's the best storyline with Wolverine? It's Old Man Logan, isn't it? So let's say they introduce Old Man Logan straight in there. It's like the mutants have been in existence for decades.
Right.
And just all of a sudden, an old guy with metal claws comes out and starts f***ing shit up.
Okay. Lots of dolphin noises over that.
Alright. Is that what you do? You put little dolphin?
Yeah, put the dolphin noise over it.
I like it. So I started thinking, I can think of a couple of badass older guys that could probably pull this
Clint
off.
Eastwood.
No. First one, Sam Elliott. Love to
Okay.
see him with the mutton chops and a couple
Sam
of...
Elliott with no mustache.
Yeah, no mustache. Yeah, and just big mutton chops. I think that him in that kind of role will be really...
I did kind of
almost
think of that.
Tarantino-esque,
Yeah.
because he's got such a history with Tarantino, that
Yeah.
could be a strong character for him
And
to
he
play.
always plays that kind of character.
Yeah.
It's like if you've seen the trailer for the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I don't understand,
No.
but the trailer looks really good. It looks like a really good film.
I think
Yeah.
of him in The Big Lebowski, you know, where he was the cowboy at the bar.
He's always a cowboy
With
at the bar.
Yeah. But
It's Wolverine.
So-
He's always a cowboy at the bar. He always wears a friggin' Stetson as well.
see what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
just roll with that and have him come out and
Yeah.
mess people up. The other one, Stephen Lang. Is it the Colonel from Avatar?
Yeah, I know who he is. I was just wondering if he was already in it.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that.
I'm picturing him as either, you know, from Avatar or from, you know, that horror film where he's blind?
Oh, yeah.
The blind
yeah,
man?
where he looks like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
But
no, I agree with that.
He's
Oh, yeah.
huge, and
Yeah, he's
you
ripped.
can totally see him
Oh, yeah.
with the claws and the mutton chops and just... Kadoosh.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Just to touch on Stephen Lang, he's mine and every single other person on Earth's pick to play Deathstroke,
Yeah.
and then wasn't.
Absolutely.
And they cast a 40-year-old man and gave him white hair.
Yeah, Don't Breathe, that was it. That was what it was called.
Yeah, Don't Breathe. And so, if not Deathstroke, Wolverine.
Wolverine, I think...
Yeah.
I think...
Oh, I can see that.
I can see both of them doing it.
Yeah, I think the only issue with your whole thing, any amount of longevity, they're introducing Wolverine, they want Wolverine for a very long time.
I don't think they...
It's Disney.
Yeah, but I don't think they should.
Oh no, they shouldn't.
I think just a fan service where they just bring him in, not for a solo film, because like the Hulk,
Yeah.
they don't need to do a
Yeah.
solo film or an origin.
Yeah, Hulk to me doesn't work well as a solo character.
No,
He's
and I think that
an
they,
element of the team that.
I think that,
Yeah.
that Fox did sometimes quite an all right job with the character. They don't need to do a solo film of Wolverine, and I think just introducing him maybe alongside another character. I don't know if he came in for the. I'd personally love to see him in Endgame. This worn out old mutant that is like, all right, half of the universe and most of my, well, not mates, but the people I tolerate the most have just disappeared. I'm
Yeah.
going to go into space and help the rest of these guys out.
Not even that.
And if it's just Wolverine that just
not even-
uppercuts Thanos. and
Not
cuts
even
his head
like I'm gonna go into space and help these guys out. It's like I'm wandering around. I want to know what the hell just happened, and somebody is going to die for it. You
off. Just
know?
grabs Thor by the scruff of his neck like that and just puts two claws up like that.
Just cuts his beard off.
What is going on there? Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Old man in a vest with just ripped arms and then metal claws coming out.
Yeah, they should have done it so it happens in the middle of the night, and then he just gets up. He doesn't even bother getting dressed. He's just got like pajama shorts and a vest on.
No, like tracksuit bottoms. Just like black tracksuit bottoms with a
With an
white
X on it.
shirt.
With an X on the side. And then he just walks. He just goes. He doesn't even have
Bullet
shoes
holes
on.
Yeah.
No shoes. Just walks out of the mansion. And is like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's interesting to see where they are going to slot the snap in comparison to an X Men timeline, because as Fox has proved, the X Men timelines get so convoluted and bizarre.
It'll be fresh, new. I
You
think.
reckon a birth of a new mutant, reintroducing mutants as a whole new thing.
Yeah, I can imagine what they will do is there will be some kind of, you know, like, okay, I'm not sure how much of comic books you've read or understand or reference, but the Flash goes back in time to save his mom, screws up the entire world,
Mhm.
and then decides, okay, no, the only way to fix this is to go back and let my mom die. But obviously it doesn't reset the world to what it is or what it was. It resets it with changes. Things are different. You know, like maybe somebody who had a kid, like in Arrow, in the shows, it affects it so that Diggle had a daughter. When Barry changed the timeline, he suddenly has a son, and things change, like little things. So that kind of thing could happen. Maybe, you know, it retcons a lot of people's histories, or the government sees the Avengers just got their ass handed to them in under a minute. by one dude. We need to do something about this. So they start trying to like re-kick up the Captain America program, which, as most people know,
mutant,
is Weapon 1. And so you get all the way up to Weapon X. The Canadians are getting involved. They find this guy who maybe is like one of the early mutants, but then they, start to kick that up, or just some shake-up is what causes either genetics or DNA or just random outbreaks of people.
Or maybe if they do introduce time travel in Endgame, which is theorised, but it's
highly,
it's probable, considering they've hinted at it in the past. But if they do, and then them going back in time to get some certain people from the past to come and help out now, or whatever they're going to do, if that messes up the timelines and maybe mutants happen in the past and they all come back to the present and the X-Men are already there, and it's the Avengers that are new.
I like that. I can see them do. There are many possibilities. Like they manage to undo things, some things aren't right. Then you introduce the whole plot of Scarlet Witch and the fact that her powers allow reality warping, because they've already started talking about her being the first mutant in the MCU, and so her solo series, if that's genuinely going to happen, involve her, discovering origins of other mutants and things like that to fold them in that way. That way, I could see them not giving Wolverine a film, but more series first, and then bring him up to the big leagues. Because what they want to do, they don't care where you see these characters. They've got a new product. That's their streaming service. They want to hit big and hard and quick with that. They want everybody to go and watch it.
Yeah.
If you tell people that Wolverine is going to be coming, but not in the films, specifically on this one site, people will pay through the teeth to get it.
Which they very well might do.
Yeah.
They know that Netflix is making millions a year, but just from people subscribing to their streaming.
Yeah.
Rather than going to the cinema to see their original films.
Yeah, they can already look at like things like Game of Thrones and Westworld,
which are TV shows with movie budgets.
Yeah. And I can see them going that way with it, because it's they don't have to commit, like...
Maybe that's why they've got rid of, like, the Daredevil products and Jessica Jones or whatever.
And Punisher's gone now. I can see them doing it, because then, like, with a film, it takes them... it'll be from planning to release, it'll be at least 5 years. And in that time, look at what's happened with, like, people's reactions to films that have come out during production of things. Look what happened to Justice League when the other films came out. And they thought, we need to course correct now. We're already in the middle of the production. And it screwed the whole movie up. If they make a series, they can commit to smaller things. And if they need to backpedal or do any changes along the way, they can do it in between episodes and sort of shift the course of this. It's more fluid. It's not a set thing that happens.
Well, if you look at the MCU as it stands now, is that it started off at the beginning and then it started to introduce the Avengers Initiative. And do that story arc, and then it started to introduce Thanos and the Infinity Stones, and now it's just about to wrap up after over 10 years. That's what a TV show does.
Yeah, it's just a big multi-billion-dollar TV show.
Yeah. So they might just start thinking, right, we've now got literally hundreds of characters to work with. Let's just start compressing this down. We'll keep some on the big screen because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But we've got this independent streaming service where we can fund and create our own shows. And they will do that with small... I think they should do it with Wolverine, because they need to introduce... If they're going to have Scarlet Witch as the first mutant in the MCU, they need another.
I don't
need
think
to introduce a second.
The first as in, like, chronologically. But
no,
she's the first one we meet.
There, yeah. If that's how they're going to do it, fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I think you think X-Men, you think Wolverine.
Yeah.
You don't even think Charles Xavier or Magneto.
See, that's where I go next, though. I go Magneto. I think Magneto is the second.
Magneto.
Potentially the most interesting character in the X-Men.
He'd be good to introduce because he's Scarlet Witch's dad. Which would be
That's where, genuinely, where I think that the Scarlet Witch series will go. It will end up, she finds mutants, she realises, hang on, what's going on here? And then she starts to find out things, and maybe it wasn't the Mind Stone that gave her powers. Maybe even like they reset the snap and it changes what the stones had done in history. It changes where they were. So the twins weren't made with the Mind Stone. Maybe they
Maybe
were
Quicksilver's alive and they have a new Quicksilver, or
even get rid of him entirely and just stay that he's still dead, but have it so that like maybe they already had powers. It's just that the Mind Stone it empowered them further. So maybe she was a low level telekinetic, but then the Mind Stone gave her full reality warping powers.
It just enhanced what she already had,
and like
which has been proved in the X Men universe before, on the big screen as well, that you can take an existing mutation and throw it completely out of control. But like Wolverine, for example.
Yeah, I was thinking more the Horseman of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
When he takes a mutant, he empowers them further.
Yeah.
You know, Archangel, what he does to Magneto, he doesn't actually do anything to Magneto, but whatever.
He doesn't need to.
No, he just unlocks Magneto's powers, but whatever. That's another story. But yeah, you could change it like that and have that moment where she meets Magneto.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I had 2 kids. And then you have that whole thing that she has to explain to him that his son is now dead. The actual storytelling potential of that. We've gotten way off topic, by the way.
Yeah, we have. Sorry, but that's where it's going. It's important to
we need to figure out how each of our castings could work out depending on where where it goes. Because like Richard Armitage has done lots of TV before.
Yeah,
he was in the first series of Strike Back. That was quite a big budget TV show.
That's where he came from. He came from the BBC.
Yeah, as we said, Robin Hood, Vicar of Dibley. But yeah, what are you looking up anyway?
I could have sworn that I saw Aaron Taylor Johnson on the cast list for Endgame.
Oh yeah.
Just like if you Google Hugh Jackman films,
he's in Endgame, yeah.
But he definitely isn't on the IMDb cast list anyway. But so I thought, maybe that theory that we've just discussed actually is something that could be very much happening. I think that they should introduce Logan as an older character, already established, as they're doing with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's not so much an origin, and when she's in Endgame, she's already done her bit, it's 30 years ago.
No, I agree. I think the time of origin stories is over. Telling them as flashbacks works, especially with Wolverine. That's basically his whole thing.
Yeah.
Is flashing back to his origin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind introducing him in a film and then do a TV series which is set in like the 1800s and have his origin that way. That would be sick. Do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. Do that. Do it.
Okay. Those are our closing thoughts.
Yeah.
That's all right. Let us know what you think. Who should play Wolverine? How would you introduce him into the MCU? How would you introduce any of the X-Men for that matter? Let us know. We'll, see who's the best. Who's I like the most, I'll pin at the top so everybody can see their comment. But other than that, if you did enjoy this video, then please go down there, hit the like button, and subscribe for more of these random, lots of tangents topics. I don't know what we'll be doing next, but we will see you guys next week for whatever we have planned. Make sure to hit the notification bell so that you actually get notified when we upload a video. And we'll see you next time.
We can cut this out.
Don't worry, I will.
Why is Nicolas Cage trending on Google?
Nicolas Cage always trends.
He should be called Nicolas Caging, not trending.